Time in YouTube and welcome back to Theme Deck Corner. Today we are looking over the Destruction Rush theme deck brought to us way back in the X and Y block. The Destruction Rush theme deck was based around Yveltal. Um, this monster is a 130 HP beast in this format with Oblivion Wing for 1 dark energy. It does 30 damage, and what's amazing about it is if we had any dark energy go to the discard pile previously, we can get it back using this ability and attaching it to our fellow benched Pokemon. Its secondary attack, Darkness Blade, is actually pretty strong as well in this format. For 2 dark energy and 1 colorless, it does 100 damage. The downside to it though is if you have to flip a coin, and if tails, you can't use it on the following turn. It's not the worst thing in the world, because you're hoping to actually set up other attackers with this guy. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't want to use it, but usually this guy is an amazing supporter, especially if you're trying to set up this guy, Crocodile. You have a 3-2-1 line in the theme deck, and this guy has 140 base HP. He has his first attack is Bother, which is a 3 energy cost. 1 darkness, 2 colorless. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent can't play any supporter cards from his or her hand during his or her next turn. You're not ready to take out their opponent, or you're not ready to take out your opponent's Pokemon? Go for a Bother. You're gonna start to see that, especially in theme deck, supporters are very essential. Sorry, what am I saying? Supporters are important regardless of the format. So, getting off a heads on this and delaying your opponent's turn can benefit you in the long run. His secondary attack is Knockback for 2 darkness energy and 2 colorless energy. It's 80 damage, and your opponent switches his or her active Pokemon with one of his or her bench. This gives you. This can be a positive and a negative. If you really want to just damage the main attacker, then this may not be the best way to go. Because if you're threatened by the thing on the bench and you're forced to bring it out, it's not always the best. But 80 damage is definitely nice in this format. Unfortunately, it is difficult to get a stage 2 off in theme deck, especially when you have, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 basic Pokemon in the deck. You're not going to find you're getting the Pokemon that you want on a reliable time. Now, you can get a little bit of aid from Shauna, who will shuffle your hand back into your deck and let you draw 5 cards. So this way you can kind of get the cards you want, get them out when you want them, and hopefully get a little bit of luck on your side. The other supporter in the deck is Tierno. Just simply draw 3 cards. It's great because we have items like roller skates, which flips a coin. If heads, you draw 3. It's not reliable though. And when you need the cards and you need the energy support and you need everything, this isn't the card that you're supposed to go for. I apologize if you guys do hear the little cat in the background. She's a little crying at the moment. Our next one is Evisoda to help get our few evolutions off. If we can't find that Crocodile or that Krokorok to help get our guys going, this card will help us out. Max Revives for that card that, for whatever reason, hit the discard. Hit the discard, and you need it back. We have 1 Pokeball, 2 potions, 2 Professor Letters, and Shadow Circle is our stadium of choice in this deck. This way, any Pokemon with a dark energy on it has no weakness. So this kind of benefits us in the sense of Yveltal having that electric weakness here. With a whole bunch of stuff hitting the regular format, like Mega Manectrics and all that, it's nice to have no weakness. Now, I'm not 100% sure on theme deck. We do have Burning Sparks and Storm Riders currently going through, so you might see them quite a few times, so it's nice to have that weakness taken care of. Um, and I did forget to mention of our secondary attacker, who will be Diglett and Doug Trio. Doug Trio has Earthquake for 1 fighting energy, it does 60 damage. The downside of it, though, is it's going to do 10 to your own bench. And then you have Rock Tumble for 3. This attack's damage isn't affected by resistance. So it's going to help a little bit out in the damage portion. And with it only being a stage 1, and for its main attack only costing 1 energy, it can get you out of a tight jam if necessary. Especially when you look down here and we've got 12 dark energy and 6 fighting energy. So, at a glance, it's not a terrible deck. I've done a bit of play testing. It's not bad either. I've actually quite enjoyed it so far. But without further ado, let's get into a game on TCG online and just see if it can hold up compared to the other theme decks we've showcased. And our first opponent's going to be Yveltal. And we're going to get to call the coin. We're going to call tails. We lose the coin flip. And he gets to determine who's going to go first or second. And I think, yep, he's going to take first. Most of the time they do. He is playing the Earth's Pulse from Primal Clash, which we'll probably be looking over in a couple weeks. I'm going to start with the Inkay, because I can actually start powering it up first turn. It's not going to be much. It's going to be a whole 10 damage. But hey, 10 damage is something. 10 damage is something. So we're going to see our opponent. He has no bench. No bench at all. He's got a Professor's Letter, though. So he's going to have some fighting energy most likely come in. Yep, there's a fighting and an electric energy. And I assume we're going to see a fighting energy hit the Trapinch. No, we're going to see a Tyranno first, which is fine. He wants more cards. Completely understandable. Get all your options down. He's got a fighting energy now on Trapinch. He's going to play his Zigzagoon. And it's our turn. So we get a Dunsparce. I'm not playing that. I will play the Dark Energy on the Inkay. And I'm starting to think, who do I want to play more of right now? Shauna or Tyranno? I guess I can play Tyranno first. And then if something doesn't show up for next turn, I can at least Shauna, which, again, I really didn't get much. Shadow Circle. At least I can evolve into Inkay, or into Malamar next turn. I will tackle. There's 10 damage. Our opponent draws, and we're going to see an Electrike hit the field. So like I said, there's a little bit of electric Pokemon coming through in the theme decks right now. So Yveltal does appreciate a Shadow Circle. Actually, so does Malamar. Inkay. With a weakness of fighting, we actually just saved ourselves from going down really quickly. So I'm going to attach... I'm going to evolve first. Get that Malamar. We're going to do more damage with Malamar now, even just with 1 energy, versus what we were going to be doing anyway with 2 energy. So, now with Mental Panic, if the defending Pokemon tries to attack during your opponent's next turn, they have to flip a coin. And if they get tails, they do nothing. So it's worth doing, in my opinion. 30 damage. We're almost taking out this Trapinch. And on the next turn, we can go for Puncture, which is 70 damage. And this attack's damage isn't affected by resistance. We're going to see a Rhyhorn hit our opponent's side. And he's playing a Fighting Energy on it. We're going to see Mudslide. He's going to flip for 20 damage on us, which isn't exactly the best thing for us. I will evolve Sandile into Krokorok, for sure. I'm going to put the energy drop on the Malamar, so now I can go for Puncture, knocking out this Pokemon. And Shauna. We're going to see the Krokorok hit our hand, so this is great, actually. This is very good, because now I can start setting up the Krookodile in the back while Malamar's out. We're going to get Tails on that roller skates. We're going to go for a Puncture and knock this thing out. We're actually going to claim the first prize of this game. And I'm going to go right here. We're going to get another Sandile. He leads up the Zigzagoon, which is fine. He's definitely trying to set up that Rhyhorn. He has 2 fighting energies now on Rhyhorn. Excuse me, it's Rhydon now. This Pokemon does 10 damage to itself and Horn Drill for 70. He's going to pass the turn. We're going to get another Sandile, which we don't need. We really don't. I'm going to play one just so I can have a little bit more bench support. We're going to evolve into Krokorok. We're going to play that Dark Energy onto the Krokorok that it needs so much. And I am going to be greedy and go for the Puncture. This might be the wrong play. But I don't want to stall out my opponent enough to let him set up himself. Now, I got my own Rhyhorn. I don't see me playing it. The fighting energy, I'd say, is more for Dugtrio, which is a great Pokemon. But he will be close to knocking us out. I might have to go for a Mental Panic on the next turn. This way I can kind of hold off a turn. There's our Diglett that I mentioned. I'm going to play him. Fighting energy, though, on the Krookodile. At least next turn, if for whatever reason Malamar goes down, I have Krookodile that can come in and kind of revenge kill. So I'm going to go with a Mental Panic. So if you want to try an attack, buddy, you have to flip that coin. You have to flip it. We could potentially save Malamar on this turn and knock out the Rhydon. Might even get us the game at that point. But there's that 4th energy for Horn Drill. He's going to try and kill us here. There's an Evisode, so we're going to see a Manectric. Oh, I'm sorry. I see a Rhyperior, which takes off that effect that I had on. So it would have been beneficial for me to do the additional damage, because Stone Edge, he flips the heads, and that's 120 damage. I'm in a bit of a problem here, because I don't have enough room to set up. So I'm going to throw this little baby Krookodile up here. I don't need him. I see another Tailo, which I don't need. Damage isn't always the best thing to do right off the bat. I at least can do Bother now, but it's not going to save me against Rhyperior, who's got 150 base HP, and I've only done 40. Like, even knockback is not going to save me. I need another energy onto Krookodile before I can attack. And it might cost me a couple prizes, but it's going to save me in the long haul. I'm hoping. Our opponent's going to play a Bidoof and a Rhyhorn. And I have a feeling we're just going to see the Stone Edge come our way. He's playing an energy drop onto the Rhyhorn. But I don't know what else. There's the Stone Edge. He's going to get that additional damage, even though it's really not necessary. We're weak to it. So 240 damage to the Sandile. And we're going to have to send in Mr. Diglett. I'm sorry, buddy. We get a Yveltal, which actually, if I could get energy, would be our saving grace right now. But I am going to bench one of the other Sandiles, and I have to pass the turn. Because weirdly enough, I don't need Yveltal if I can get a Dark Energy. I need the Dark Energy on Krookodile. I would need to push this thing back. But even still, he would be able to come in, revenge kill Krookodile, I think. Krookodile has 140 HP? Ah, no, he can't knock me out in one turn. Without a muscle band, anyway. We're going to see Barrel hit the field. And a fighting energy went onto the other Rhyhorn. He desperately did not need that. There goes Diglett. I have to sack another Sandile. Unfortunately. Or do I sack Yveltal? Okay, let's put up Yveltal. Worst thing comes to worst, I get a Dark Energy. And I'll put it on Yveltal. I get a little bit of... Nope. This is what happens when you're deck building, guys. In real life, please don't have this many Pokemon. It destroys the momentum of the deck. You need, like, the amount of Pokemon I have in this deck, I should have as trainers. And vice versa. There's no trainer support in this deck. That's not a, like, this deck isn't bad. Like, I'm actually enjoying what's going on right now. By no means is this a bad theme deck. I actually recommend it for beginners. At the time. It might be a little outclassed by, like, Burning Spark and Night Striker now. But we're going to see Tynamo hit the field. He's going to get heads. He's going to almost knock us out. And unfortunately, I'm getting more Pokemon. Like, I don't need any more Pokemon. That's the end of the turn. So regardless, he's going to knock out Yveltal. Which is bad, because I actually needed this guy as a reserve. But it was like, oh, I can get a Dark Energy. If I get a Dark Energy, I'll actually be able to come back. I'll be able to help out, do 30 damage, and then Bother will knock this thing out. Sadly, no. Not the case. Stone Edge will knock us out here. So, unfortunately, I think our opponent has it at this point. Gonna send up this Crocodile. Or, sorry, Crocorock. There's our Dark Energy. A little late. Because now, like, I still cannot kill him. I cannot, sorry, I shouldn't say kill. I should say faint. But either way, I cannot knock it out. I'm going to have to pass the turn and let him take another prize card. Because he's just going to switch out with the additional Rhyhorn, which will get damage off onto my Crocodile. And unfortunately, I don't see his... I see this went really bad just because of the amount of Pokemon. We drew way too many Pokemon instead of supporters, items, or additional cards. Unfortunately, I think that was the issue with this game. It wasn't a matter of playing, because we've actually held ourselves in. We have an attacker going in now. I don't think it'll do enough. It definitely will not do enough, and I do not have another reason to bench a Pokemon. So I will go, whoops. I will go for the knockback. I'll simply do some damage. There we go. 120. He has to choose a Pokemon to bring out. He's most likely going to bring out that Rhyhorn. There it is. So he's going to get some major damage off on us. 40 damage is going to put us in range of a Stone Edge. Like, thankfully... Oh, and he just took himself out of range. Is it... No, I can still knock back. And it'll still do enough damage to knock out the Rhyperior. However, he has more attackers set up than I do. And I unfortunately have 4 prizes to collect. Now, I can potion, which is nice. Kind of set myself back up. I'm not out of this game yet. And knockback will knock out this Rhyhorn, which will give us 1 prize. He's going to bring out that Rhyperior. I don't blame him. I think I would too. There's a fighting energy. I'm getting this a little late now. The energies don't matter. And I can't exactly bench something new. It's not going to save me at this point. Everything's kind of in one-shot range of both Rhyperior and Groudon, who has Break Ground. The only Pokemon left in the game that I have that have... Wow, I just said that a few too many times. That have more than 100 base HP, I think, is Crocodile and Yveltal. And Yveltal's already gone. So, we're at 90 HP. We have 50 left. We will not knock this thing out. I think this guy just got in the bag. Unfortunately, It's the end of the day. Groudon's going to come in here. He's going to prove to his team that he is the captain and knock out our little crocodile. Well, I guess Crocodile's not really that little. He's pretty big. He's going to acrobike. He's going to see that he's going to get an additional card over us. And he will knock out Crocodile this turn. There's that fourth energy. Give this man a round of applause. He held in there. He got some stages going off. I don't know why he's evolving into the Metacam, but Groudon's going to clean up this game. And unfortunately, our first game didn't go completely the way I will. Oh, why didn't he go for the break ground and just knock me out? Like, I don't understand that. He could have taken me out. Sometimes people make mistakes. Maybe he misclicked. Now Rhyperier's gonna show that he is the true captain of this team. I'm sitting at 10. Like, he could have killed me, could have knocked me out last turn. Don't waste your opponent's time, people. It's not very nice. Anyway, I'll be right back with another game, and we're gonna see if we can pull through with a win with this deck. I'm almost sure we can. So, just one moment, guys. And our next game, guys, is going to be against Pikachu Mom 90, and he's playing the Psychic Gallade deck. We get to call the coin. We lose the flip as per usual. That's alright, guys. Not a problem. Our opponent is going to go first, which is completely understandable. I'm fine with it. I'd have done the same thing. We're going to see... I'm going to lead Diglett. And I'm not benching nothing. I'm not benching anything. They've just got a little Ralts. What they don't know is I've got a big Dugtrio in the back. He's gonna destroy this little boy's face. It's our turn now. And I don't want to play that Dunsparce. So, I'm going to simply go with the Diglett. Energy on Diglett. And we're going to look at the top card of our opponent's deck. And you can have that. No, you can have that. You have no basics. It's no energies. I like you to have that. There's an escape rope. Oh my. Okay, we can't OHKO this thing anymore. That's not very fun. And it can only do a maximum of 40? Which it obviously does. Yeah, you know, because this guy can get coin flips. We can't. We're going to hit up into our trio line, which he cannot OHKO us again, so that is nice. I'm going to save the Sandile for next turn, because I don't want to damage our bench. I'm simply going to EQ, get 60 damage off, and unless our opponent has a way to evolve, I can't see him winning here. There's a potion, but it's not going to save you. Not unless you have Tube. There's the Skitty, so he's still in the game. He's still in this game. We're going to see an energy drop onto the Skitty. Now, if he flips 2 coins, we're in range of being knocked out. I don't think I have much to worry about said Skitty. No, it does a whole 10 damage. So, at this point, though, I am in range of being knocked out. I am going to play a Sandile, just to be safe. And I haven't got a problem losing 10 HP on a Sandile. I'll get a knockout. I take out its biggest threat. I'm going to grab a prize card. Rhyhorn's not going to be necessary. He's going to bring out that Skitty. I can knock it out in 1 turn. If he didn't draw basic, we do win. There's an energy drop. But is it enough? No. He's going to go for a Tail Whap for 10 damage. And unfortunately, guys, this is a game. This is how some theme decks go. You don't see much of the actual format of the game. Dugtrio, take this game for us. Thank you very much for that game. I enjoyed that. I know our opponent didn't. But let's get one more game in. We haven't really had much, and this game was kind of short. I think I'd like to play another one. Let's do another one, just to be safe. And our final game of the day is going to be against Balurus, who's playing an electric deck. They're going to get to call, which is fine. I usually lose the calls anyway, so I'd rather them. See? Our luck changes when they call. And yes, I want to go first. Give me that first turn. Is that a little greedy? Yeah, it's allowed. Ooh, our mighty Diglett's up in front. And I have a Pokeball, which I'm going to save for Dugtrio. I'll save Yveltal. I will save Yveltal to see what my opponent has as a bench before I play anything. I get first turn, so this gives me advantage to kind of see what he has, kind of scope out what I'm about to play against. He's got one bench he's coming out with. He's got two bench he's coming out with. He's got three bench he's coming out with. We're going to see a Meowth, an Electric, a Farfetch'd, and another Electric. So this will be a long game, guys. Diglett cannot hold out his own. But I can set Diglett up. There he goes. Gonna set Diglett up, and I'm gonna hold off a turn. I'm gonna let the person think I have a bad hand. Let the person think I have a bad hand. Let him believe, hey, look, I might have this game right off the bat. He's only got a Diglett. He's gonna most likely go for the Feelin' Fine. Draw a card. He's going to play us. Each Pokemon in play has no resistance. That's fine. I have no resistance on this Pokemon right now. I got a Professor's Letter, which is awesome. Now, this whole strategy relies on this coin flip, and I don't like this. And we failed. Yveltal, you can come on out, buddy. We shouldn't have even assumed it. Yveltal's got some energy drops now. I'll hold the Professor's Letter till next turn. And Mr. Diglett, you can go for a mine. You're not getting that. Would you like to shuffle your opponent's deck? Yes, please. You cannot have that. Wait, did I misclick there? I must have. Because it... No, he drew an Electabuzz. And there's the energy drop on it. Maybe I should have let him have the Tierno, but I don't want him having card draw. It's hard to say. I'm going to simply go for a Professor's Letter. And I'm going to grab 2 Dark Energy. I don't need Diglett anymore. This little guy, he's going to say, hey, look, I'm up here. Actually, I should set him up. I should have done this before. I should have set him up, and he would have already lost his Meowth. I would have been a prize ahead. Sorry, that was a misplay. I forget that Diglett is fighting type. So I'm actually strong against the majority of his deck. And the only Pokemon that he could have benefited from was Farfetch'd. But with Magnet Storm, the Farfetch'd doesn't do much either. So we're going to see that he has 1 energy drop on this Persian. So it can do Nasty Plot, search for anything he wants. And I still can't knock out this Persian now. So last turn should have been the turn I did it. That was a misplay. I apologize. It happens. We're not all perfect here. I will now play Timber. Knowing that I've got Girder in hand, I can play it. I will play the energy drop on the Yveltal, though. Yveltal is our primary source of damage, so I want to get that off. We're going to hit it for weakness. It's only 40. And we're going to see a center lady. So we're going to have to hold off another turn yet. He's not getting any energy, which is beneficial to us. He can't really damage us. Like, he's getting his Pikachu, he got a Muscle Band. That's one thing I really think the earlier decks in the X and Y block were missing out on, were reliable held items and supporters. The trainers in these decks are terrible. That's not to say, though, that it's a bad thing. Like, I'm still playing the game. The deck's still running decent. But it could run so much better. Like, he is currently at 4 cards, and he's still getting cards that he needs. Getting cards that he wants. If I got Dugtrio right now, oh my god, the mind would be blown and we'd be winning this game. This Persian wouldn't be on this field. He's still able to survive another Mud Slap. We're going to see a Manectric hit the field now as well. So not only is our opponent down to like 1 card, but he's gotten every card he's needed, except energy. Now, Nasty Plot will probably lead him into getting those energies. Either that or Professor's Letter. It depends on what he has in the deck. I haven't played it. We'll showcase it in a couple weeks. Don't worry. We'll get our turn. Every deck will hopefully get better. There's our 3rd energy drop. We're going to play it on Yveltal. And we're going to go for another Mud Slap. This is stalling 101. Our opponent has us where he wants him. There's nothing I can do. I would love to switch these energies over to Girder and just start going for pummels, because I could start knocking out his entire bench. Oh, the hopes and the dreams. But unfortunately, he is just going to continue to Nasty Plot. And I think this is the turn we're going to see Diglett take this Persian out. But at the cost of what? Like, our opponent got like three or 4 additional turns. And if I had attached the one energy to Diglett earlier, I wouldn't be in this position. No, our opponent would have like half the cards. We'd be in a so much better position. There's a Krokorok. Useless right now to our strategy. Completely useless. And our opponent's going to lead up with who? A Farfetch'd. He knows that he's not resisted, I hope. Each Pokemon play has no resistance. So I'm at least going to do 20 damage to this little guy. He's got 3 turns. Unless I can get the trio. We're going to see a Professor's Letter. This guy's getting everything. Like, I don't know how lucky this guy is. But we're going to see 2 electric energies hit his deck, or hit his hand. He's already played his for the turn. We're gonna get a Dark Energy, which means nothing to me right now. Should I miss the energy drop? No, I should play it on Girder in hopes of getting some fighting energy. But unfortunately, Mud Slap is gonna come in, do some damage to his opponent. Mouthfuls, I can't help it. We're gonna do some damage to Farfetch'd, but I am scared out of my mind because Raichu is completely set up. Now, he can't retreat yet unless he has a switch, which he could have had because he Nasty Plotted a ton of times. And he can Electro Ball us for weakness, taking out Yveltal in a heartbeat. I don't want another Yveltal. This is a big issue. I've got 5 basics and an evolution in my hand that I can't even play right now. These 4 cards are useless. I could glare, granted, but what am I doing? I'm stalling out the turns to get more cards. I'm doing that already, and I'm doing damage with Diglett. Like, I could easily play one and hold off for when Raichu comes out, but again, I'm not doing any damage. So we're going to see the retreat here. Oh no, we're going to see a slash. We're going to take 30. I've been hoping for Dugtrio this whole time. Roller skates. Heads. Yes, we're getting cards. We got Dugtrio! It's at the wrong time. No, this is perfect. Dugtrio, come in, buddy. You're going to help us win this game, maybe. I'm going to potion you up. Now we're completely set up. Oh my, this just flipped around. I have to go for Earthquake. I didn't expect to get Dugtrio. I didn't want to waste the energy. But I'm in range to take out another Pokemon. And there's the energy I need. So he's going to come with Raichu. Now you can start setting up another Pokemon all he wants. He can Electro Ball me, he can try and Thundershock me and get paralyzed. That's alright. I understand. Now that his main threat is out, Yveltal can come in and knock it out. So I'm not really threatened now by this Raichu. His entire game deprived around getting this guy out. He's not even going to one-shot me. Whereas I can one-shot it with Earthquake. I'm going to take all that back. I forgot he had a Muscle Band. I forgot all about that. He had Muscle Band the entire time. I didn't even know. So, we're at a bit of a we're in a downward spiral. I will play the Yveltal because apparently we need it. I'm going to energize it, and I have to go for Darkness Blade. I have to knock out this Raichu. It is a threat, and I can't use Darkness Blade next turn even if I wanted to. These coin flips are not liking me. I got a Shadow Circle though, so that at least means I'm not taking damage from these electric Pokemon anymore. Druddigon's going to come out. Now with Rough Skin, I am going to take damage every time I hit him. So if this Pokemon's your active, and if you're damaged by opponent's attack, I take 20 damage. I'm alright with that right now. I might even just pass. Pass, knock out the thing in one shot, boom, it's gone. This one doesn't have any energy on it at all. He's trying to power up that other Druddigon. What does it have? Clutch, the defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. Well, thankfully, Shadow Circle is going to come in. We're not going to be weak to your electric Pokemon anymore. And I think this fighting energy, do I need to put it on? Yes, I need to put it on Yveltal. Now the question is, do I want to set up my current Yveltal to pass and just go for a Dark Blade? Or do I want to get some meager damage off and then set up my other Yveltal? Because I do believe in my discard I have a Dark Energy. And I think, based on... I don't know how that happened, guys, but our opponent gave us the game. I'll take that as our win. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Yveltal can come through at the right time. I think that it was a much stronger deck than the three previous ones, the Froakie, the Fennekin, and the Chespin. It has a lot of flaws. Granted, it's a starter deck, so they all have some sort of flaw. Now, I would definitely cut half the Pokemon. If you're going to run this in real life, definitely cut half the Pokemon. Put in a bunch of trainer supports. There's a ton of cheap ones. I would highly recommend using Yveltal, though. Yveltal is definitely a strong card, and I think I would recommend it to anybody. So, with that, though, I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a great day. Time out.